Hello.
Hello?
Yes, please, am I on to Mr. Suleiman Alede?
Am I speaking with please?
Yes, my name is Melanated Ovienzo Woba. I'm an independent journalist. I have been following up on the recent controversy surrounding the report EBS aired on the 12th of October about the 17-year-old who allegedly acquired 14,000 hectares of land. Yeah, I just wanted to call to ask a couple of questions, if it's okay by you, sir.
Okay, let me. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let me start with something clear. This is not an old story. This is not me flogging a dead horse. This is a developing truth that those in power hope we stop talking about. You see, this is how it always begins and how it always ends. A scandal breaks, people talk, then silence swallows everything. That's exactly what happened with the Euro Africa CCI deal. A $250 million controversy that vanished without accountability, without closure, without consequence. And now we are watching the same pattern unfold again. So I have to ask, what is really going on in Edo State? Are we now a people so used to being lied to that we treat it as normal? Because when we let things like this slide, we are telling those in power that lying to the public is acceptable, that deceit has no price, that truth is negotiable. And because silence is how lies win, I, Melanated of Vienzo Woba, refuse to give silence that victory. You see, it's been barely a week since I posted my first investigation on a story about how the Edo Broadcasting Service aired a government report that was later denied by the Edo Geographic Information Service. Now, EBS said it got the story from official government press release.
The statement or press release, as you rightly, the one you referenced, came from the right and approved source.
But the government house, through the chief press secretary, Fred Itwa, later disowned that same release, claiming the only statement they knew about was the one from the Edo GIS debunking the report of EBS.
There was no press release from me regarding that matter. So the DBS ran a press statement. It wasn't signed by me. I did not say anything.
Okay, so
the only statement issue that I'm aware of is the one by Edo GIS where the story was refuted.
At first, many thought it was just a communication error, a harmless mix-up. You see, but when a government can issue a press release one day, deny it the next, and then go completely silent, that's not confusion. That's a cover-up rehearsed to look like incompetence. It's not a mistake at all. It's pure orchestration. Now, understand this moving forward. This video isn't a repeat. This isn't me flogging a dead horse or nitpicking on an old story. This is a continuation, an unresolved case that still demands clarity, because the silence surrounding this story is the real story now. And before silence buries it like every other scandal, we need to understand what's truly happening here. Because what looks harmless, a fake news scandal, a fake news denier, actually exposes something much deeper, a rot within the very machinery that produces public truth. It shows how easily facts are erased and how quickly government institutions can sacrifice their own credibility to protect political power. Think about it. Something doesn't sit right here. There are too many contradictions, too many convenient silences. And then the story suddenly vanishes. No one is talking about it. No press briefing, no correction, no apology, just silence, as though the people of Edo don't deserve closure. And the people of Edo are just letting this slide. That's why I had to come back, not to flog that dead horse, but to unearth the one that is buried. Because what happened after my last video changed everything. That actually begs the question. So if the...
Are you sure you saw that here on EBS?
The news is still there. You see, after my last conversation with Fred Imokbai, the director of news at Edo Broadcasting Service, EBS, where he pretended not to know anything about the report aired by his own station, I kept asking myself, what made him backpedal? What happened to his earlier statement? Then I checked again, and there it was on EBS' own Facebook page, a live radio program titled Morning Drive, recorded on the 13th of October 2025. In that program, there were several guests, right? Including the managing director of EBS himself, Mr. Suleiman Alede. They discussed the very same issue, the 17-year-old and the 14,000 hectares land scandal. You see? So how could Fred Imokbai, the director of news, pretend not to know that his own station reported that story? The question led me straight to the managing director of EBS himself. You see? Now, when I reached out to Mr. Suleiman Alede, he confirmed on record that there was indeed a press release corroborating Fred Imokbai's earlier statement, right? He said EBS received it through official government channels. He even told me he would instruct Fred Imokbai to go there, that is the government house, and obtain a hard copy of that release.
Because, as you said, there's been some kind of press release which wasn't duly, it was sent, what do you call it again? It was sent by electronically. So I've asked Fred to go there and get the hard copy.
He also revealed that Edo GIS was invited by EBS to come on air and explain their denial.
We have also extended invitation to Edo GIS to come and speak and seek clarification the way you are also trying to find out, which they have not honored. EBS has asked Edo GIS to come and make clarification on that.
Okay.
So as we are speaking now, they're yet to confirm when they will appear on EBS.
So at this point, this story isn't about a 17-year-old anymore. It's about a government that has mastered the art of lying in sequence. First, they speak. Then, they deny. Then, they hide. But my recordings don't forget. And tonight, you will hear them in their own words. But first, let's listen carefully to what the managing director of EBS, Mr. Suleiman Alede, let's listen to what he said when I called him. He tried, as a professional journalist, to be cautious. I respect that. I give him that. He's a very great guy. However, in doing so, he confirmed far more than he intended. So take a listen.
Because we know fully there was a release, as Fred said, but that denier now puts a question mark. So let's wait for the journalists that are doing that. I'm not the one on the bit.
So if I understood what you said, sir, is that you are confirming that a press release came from
I'm
the
not
government.
confirming anything. Something was in my mouth. I just told you that from what? No. I'm going with what you said. You said Fred Mokpa, the director, just told you that there was add-on signed. And I'm saying that I'm going to tell you.
No, I didn't say that, sir. Maybe it wasn't clear.
You said, no, hold on. I'm hoping that you're recording this. Because
yes, I am.
You said, yeah, good. He said that from approved government channel.
Yes, I said that.
From approved government channel,
yep.
Definitely the channel to me will be a soft copy. So I'm going to ask him to find out if they have a hard copy of that release.
Okay.
And I said, put the thing up still at work. So I will tell him, have a face-to-face meeting and ask him to get that to you since he already has communication with you.
Yeah, what I said, sir, is that I got an unsigned copy from Tony Ikpasaja. It was Tony Ikpasaja who gave me the unsigned copy, and what he gave me was not what they sent to EBS. What he told me was the press release debunking the story. That was what I got from Tony Ikpasaja that was unsigned. You see, Mr. Alede admitted that there was indeed a press release. You see, corroborating what Freddie Mokpa said in our first conversation. He said that it was sent, that release was sent electronically, and that he had instructed, or he will instruct Freddie Mokpa to go to the government house to get the hard copy of that release. So that single statement changes everything, because it means the story EBS heard came from a government channel. Yep. It means there was a release before the Edo GIS denied it. And it means that Edo GIS has been invited to clarify on air, but they have refused to show up. It means EBS didn't make up the story as Edo GIS and the CPS to the governor want us to believe. You see?
There was no press release from me regarding that matter. So the DBS ran a press statement. It wasn't sent by me. I did not see any.
You see what's going on here? You see that? But I'll break it down for you, okay? Now, the MD confirmed, Mr. Alede confirmed there was a soft copy of the press release, okay? Now, he will send Fred Mokpa to collect the hard copy from the government house. Now, Edo GIS has refused to honor EBS invitation to clarify. But I, as a journalist, as an independent journalist, I have the entire timeline on record. That's what we call a chain of custody, and it exposes a cover-up, not a misunderstanding. So where does all this leave us? If Mr. Alede can produce the press release, it means that Edo State can no longer say there was no press release. They can no longer say EBS fabricated the story. They can no longer say or pretend that Edo GIS denial closed the case. Because now the contradictions are documented, which means the truth is alive, buried under bureaucracy, perhaps, but not dead. And I, Oviezo Woba, I will not relent until we uncover what really happened. They need to tell us what happened. And to those of you watching, this isn't just about a 17-year-old or 14,000 hectares of land anymore. It's about the credibility of our institutions and the right of Edo people to know when their government is lying. This isn't just confusion. This is not, don't let them fool you. It's orchestration. And until the truth comes out, I, melanated, Oviezo Woba, will keep digging, because silence is how lies survive. And in Edo State, silence has lasted long enough. Enough is enough. This is not the end of the story, okay? This is just the part where the liars start running out of lies. I'll keep you updated.